Hello everyone, I'm out here shooting my second video. First video was the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard. Today I decided to bring out the Marlin 1894 and 357 Magnum. This was my father's rifle as well. It was the very first rifle I ever took deer hunting. I was probably 10 or 11 years old. We were hunting over Gray Smont. I'd been hunting several times with my father. This is the first time I'd ever got to hunt by myself. I had shot this thing, some pop cans and target stuff like that around the house. Felt comfortable with it. Dad had set me down in front of a cedar tree. He cut the limbs out of it, kind of made a brush blind in front of me on a pretty hot trail. Set me down. He went onto his own stand. Right after sun up, had a doe come right over my right side, running along beside me. She ran down there about 30 yards, turned crossways, broadside, jumped into the brush, and right behind her was this beautiful deer, kind of a gray colored deer, pretty nice little 8-point. He ran right, just trailing her down there, turned crossways about 35-40 yards, stopped, hesitated for just a second. I stood up, cocked the hammer, fired a shot, thought it was a good shot. To this day, I'll go to my grave thinking I hit the deer. Dad came over, we tracked, never could find any blood or hair or anything. We tracked back in the woods pretty good way, never could find anything. So obviously it was just a clean miss. Buck fever claimed its first victim with me. I don't think I've shot this rifle since that day. I started shooting a 243 the next year, and then Dad got me my 270 for my birthday a couple years after that, and had a lot of success with it. But I kind of wanted to get this thing out today, shoot a little bit. I did go ahead and take some chronograph stuff with some hand loads, some 357 Magnum, like I said, hand loaded ammo, 125 grain, jacketed soft points, 19 grains of H110. Shot 5 shots, had an average of 2,011 feet per second. And with the same rifle, I shot some 38 special hand loads. They're 158 grade semi-wad cutter, 5.5 grains unique, and got an average of 1,135. That's a difference of 876 feet. The difference between some 357 Magnum loads and 38 special loads. And since this is a cowboy gun and I'm feeling awful cowboy, I had to get out Dad's Ruger Blackhawk, and I'll shoot a separate video of this thing by itself, but just kind of want a comparison with it. With the same 357 Magnum ammo out of this Blackhawk with a 4 5/8 inch barrel, got an average of 1,295 feet per second on a 5-shot group. And with 38 special, 922 feet per second. So that's only a difference of 373 feet. So you can see the longer barrel of the rifle definitely adds a lot of velocity. The difference between the rifle and the pistol was 716 feet on the 357 Magnum ammunition. And on the 38 special, it was 213 feet between the rifle and the pistol. So definitely added barrel length. Not only do you have a better sight radius, you get a lot more velocity, especially out of the 357 Magnum ammunition. Should have been devastating on a deer, and I think one of these days I'll have to take this thing back out and redeem myself with a deer. But we're going to shoot some targets, play around. Gonna try a little expansion test here. The old Marlin 1894 357 Magnum. 125 grain jacketed soft point. 19 grains of unique, coming out about 2,000 feet per second. And we might get wet. Well, we blowed right through that one, and right there is the bullet. Talk about obliterating a chug. Man, that thing Just destroyed that one. Clean pass through on that one. There's the bullet. So to summarize here, shot the 357 Magnum, 125 grain, jacked soft points and some water. Had just devastating expansion here. No doubt would do the job on a white-tailed deer if the shooter can put it on target. Did have some fun plinking some iron, shooting some water jugs. The 1894, I don't know when Dad got it. Obviously a big fan of the Marlin. Had it in 44 Magnum. Had a 444 Marlin. And also a 4570, all in these Marlin 1894s. Was able to get the Black Hawk out too. We'll definitely be bringing it out for a more extensive shoot on it. Had fun comparing 357 Magnum and 38 Special, difference in carbines and pistols today. So had a lot of fun. Hope y'all enjoy it. Okay.